Nope.
And for my black fathers in the room, I understand you might be addicted to sports. I understand that you wanted to go to the NFL and you might not have made it. And now you want to live vicariously through your sons. There's nothing more selfish than a black father to impose his athletic dreams on his son's ego. If that boy don't want to be a football player, there's nothing wrong with that. If he don't want to be a basketball player, there's nothing wrong with that. You had your life. Let your son live his. Because after all, the only people benefiting from black men going to the NFL are poor white women. They take the wives, they take all the money. So how is it that there will be no NFL or NBA? Because we're not benefiting from the NFL or NBA. Not only that, only 1% of all only 1% of all high school athletes will become professional. Only 1%. Your son has a greater chance of being struck by lightning than becoming a millionaire through professional sports. I'm not saying kill his dream. Don't take his dream, but make sure he got a plan B. A plan A doesn't bother him. See, the problem with us is we let Raheem think he's absolutely going to make it no matter what. Problem with us, we let Mike think he's going to absolutely make it no matter what. And then the sports coaches and the principal and the dean of students and the classroom teacher, they all collaborate in Raheem's low expectations. He don't have the grades to graduate, but we're going to keep him on the football field anyway. He ain't got the grades to graduate, but we're going to keep him on the basketball court anyway. And once we're done sucking all his athletic talent, we send him right to the local jail. Brothers and sisters, we can talk about what racism does to black children all day long, but we also have to talk about what black people do to black children all day long. If I go to your house right now, do you have a dictionary with more than 100 pages in it? If I go to your house right now, is there an encyclopedia, an entire set, A through Z? If I go to your house right now, is there a thesaurus in there for the children? If I go to your house right now, is there a bookshelf in there for those children? Is there any place in your house where a child can sit and think in peace and quiet and do some homework? See, in 1808, America outlawed the importation of enslaved Africans. So if America outlawed the importation of enslaved Africans in 1808, how did America get more slaves from 1808 to 1865? You know how? They moved from an importation system to a slave breeding system. And so from 1808 to 1865, the way they got more slaves was by slave houses, breeding farms. They get one black man, a dozen of black women, and his job was to keep them pregnant year round. As soon as she dropped the baby, and her womb was able to take another, his job was to keep her pregnant. And the whole purpose of the slave breeding farm was to do what? Make sure the white power structure had enough slaves to fulfill the economic objectives of its system. Well, guess what? Many of your homes are slave breeding farms right now. Some of you are breeding slaves for the prison. Some of you are breeding slaves for psychiatric medication. I'm trying to understand.